I'm J-Dog Jonn Karsseboom from the Garden Corner. You are watching the Garden Corner show. I am here with Mr. Dave. We are trying to stay above freezing. Today I like to kind of joke around because I was just joking around with customers saying, hey, keep on the move. We've had customers that stayed in one spot too long and just froze. So we had to carry them back to the car. This is kind of the customer service we have around here. December 4th is a big day for us at the Garden Corner. December 4th, you know what December 4th was, Mr. Dave?
I do.
You do, because we were talking about it before. December 4th, we had our very, very official first fan on Facebook. That wasn't us. We were kind of the very first one, huh, Mr. Dave? We were, but we did. We had our very first fan. Thank you, Alex Job. Alex Job's a guy in Pasco, Washington, I believe. He has a garden center. His dad, Dwayne Job, at Job's Nursery. It is one place, by the way, on my list of things to do for my lifetime is to visit that garden center. I love visiting garden centers. I travel around the country, and that's what I like to do. It's the coolest thing to do. You know, also I think it's the greatest, if you want to get a flavor of the area, is go to your local garden center in that town. I think that gives you the best feel for the town. Anyway, Alex, thank you very much for being a fan. I'm going to be at your place one day. I've known Dwayne, Dad, and Alex for quite a number of years now. I can tell you one thing, is that one thing that stands out about them is integrity. I think that probably sums up those two in general. What they say, they do. So, my hat's off to you guys. Hey, another big fan. So that was our first one. And then our second fan was Sid Rash. Was our second fan. And Sid, wow, this was a big step for us because Sid, I think, is one of the preeminent garden center marketing consultants. He's just he's a voracious reader. He's very, very thoughtful about his advice. He's just very careful, thinks things through. I'm glad you're a fan. Thank you very much, Sid. And then I've got a whole slew of garden center editors and what have you. And hi, guys, and thanks for being a fan. But I do want to read some mail. And we're going to get to some good stuff, like about how wrong I am. But I want to read some mail. Are you ready for our first mail, Mr. Dave? Good. Yeah. Mr. Dave is starting to freeze because the sun's going down. I think your webpage is looking good. Nice Facebook and Twitter too. But you need to know that the videos need some work. Are you scripting using cue cards? If not, please do, because some of the hemming and hawing is excruciating. Sorry, but you need to know that. I think you should limit to 5 minutes instead of 10. 10 minutes doesn't sound like a lot of time, but it is when you're watching a video and trying to resist the pull of multitasking, which is really impossible. It means people are moving on from your video to what's next in their life. People can read 250 words per minute, think 400 words per minute, and watch your video at about human talking rate of 80 words per minute. What is happening between the 80 words per minute you talk and 400 words per minute they think? I know exactly what they're doing. You know what they're doing, Mr. Dave? 80 words I'm talking, 400 words you're thinking, right? I know exactly what you're thinking. You're thinking, what's going on with my plants? Right? Okay. Let me tell you about how... thank you very much for the letter. You are right. There's just hemming and hawing like crazy. I don't know if I can do scripting and cue cards because, well, that just ain't me. but I'll try to get to the point much more clearly. Thanks for the mail. Hey, I'll tell you about how wrong I am. I will never again try to become a weatherman. This is just terrible, terrible advice for you. This fountain, like I told you, it was a fountain that would is probably best drained. Look at it now; it is just frozen all the way through. Temperatures got really, really cold. So luckily, the basin on this fountain is made out of fiberglass. Still a little bit dangerous, but it has a little bit room, more flexing than if it was, excuse me, if it was really stone or cast concrete. Hey, let's talk about how your plants look like right now and what you can do. Dave, come on, let's, you know what? Actually, let me grab a plant real quick. Hold on. This was a grass. This is Acorus, Acorus variegatus. This is a grass that I was watering on the last video. Do you remember? So it looks pretty hydrated. The water was taken up before the cold, and so you can see it still looks pretty good. A little bit wimpy because of the cold, but not too terribly bad. Let me show you another grass that I have out in the display beds. Come on. Okay, so now I showed you the one that we just watered before the cold. Let me show you Acorus ogon. That was Acorus variegatus. This is Acorus ogon, which is the golden version of that grass. Great year-round grass. You never have to cut that back unless it looks really bad. But take a look at this one, which wasn't watered before the cold, and it looks really sad. It's just well, you see how wilting it looks. Can you get it close up? You get that? I'm not sure how this is going to come out. If it comes out of the cold, what can we do about it right now? Nothing. I can't pour hot water on it, can't do anything to unfreeze it. It's just going to have to suffer until the temperatures raise up, and then we can get water to it, and then it can take up water by itself. So we're going to keep our fingers crossed that it does well. Worst case on this particular grass is that we can cut it back in the springtime. We'll watch it. I'll keep you informed. This is the show for the day. Hope everything is going well in your garden. Live your life with passion.
You see me right out of the sunset on the color TV screen.